morning, my people. Top of the top. It is Monday, December 22nd, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because with him, all things is possible. Happy holidays. Peace and blessings to all my people out there. It's the last week of school. Some of the parents, it's not the last days of work. Some of you guys still have to go to work. Depends on what you do for a living. But if you are traveling to wherever you need to be today, safe travels. Please, everybody arrive to where they got to go safe. I don't care where you got to go. Arrive there safe. And please be aware of everybody that's around you. Because their safety is just as important. So you're flying out. I know it's Christmas week, so some of you guys are doing your last little bit of Christmas shopping. You get ready to maybe take a flight, Greyhound, Amtrak. You maybe get ready to drive to another state. Wherever you get ready to go, please safe travels. I hope everybody's feeling blessed, appreciated, and thankful for seeing another day and knowing with him all things is possible. All right, y'all. Happy Monday. What's up? Peace to everybody out there on this Monday. It might be cold where some of y'all at. It might be raining where some of you at. It might be snowing. I don't know what the weather's like. But let's all just be careful. If we don't have to leave out the house today to go anywhere, let's not do it if we don't have to do it. We don't want to get caught up in those situations where we get stuck where we're at. Things happen sometimes when we're moving around. For everybody who's not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to it. Like, share, subscribe, pass the word around. After this week, things are gonna pick up even more on the channel as we get ready to end 2025. You would think things will slow down, but they're actually going to pick up. So just be aware of there's going to be some interesting things you're going to see on here, and some important announcements coming up. Some very important announcements coming up, so just be aware of it. All right. Today we're talking about the late great Steve Smoger, who 2 days ago had made 3 years since his passing. It's crazy because nobody else was going to talk about this. I'm like, okay, we all worrying about who's fighting who and this and that and all that is cool. But a lot of these referees have to get their props because a lot of them made the fights just that much good because of them letting the fighters go in there and do what they do. Some referees try to be the star of the show because they're the third man in the ring and they're the most important man in that ring. But there's a lot of referees that let you get your shit off. And Steve Smoger was definitely one of those. And he refereed a lot of big fights. So let's get into it. All right. So for my newcomers, my regulars, my supporters, hell, my non-supporters, wouldn't matter. If you're over here peeking, you trying to see what's going on, and it's okay. Welcome to the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go. Who we got up in here? Jeff Spark, what up? Vay, my Alabama / Cali sister, what up? Free, what up? Free, you got the link. Come holler at me. What up? What's popping? Yo, my ears sometimes be a little cold, y'all, so y'all gotta excuse that. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. I just peeped something. I know Duck's on hoodie was like blocking the name a little bit there. Yeah, so anyway, I was never big on who referees were. I never really cared. because I always pay attention to who the fighters were. I was more interested in the fighters. I was never interested in referees. I can care less who their names were, where they were from, how long they've been refereeing. That didn't matter to me. Um, I don't think I really started getting into who referees were. D Love, what up? What's popping? I really didn't start knowing who referees were. I think the one referee I really got to know was Mills Lane. Mills Lane was probably one of the first ones that I've got to know. I mean, I know there was referees, before that, but also too. But he was one of the ones that I got to really like, because he always had the famous "Let's get it on," Joe Cortez, um, was it Steve Wilkins. It's a couple of refs that they're legendary referees, and we'll never forget them. Um, Steve Smoger. I remember. I think when Hasim Rockman. I remember watching this DVD. You know how they used to have the DVDs for all the boxing fans. They used to have the DVDs of some of the best knockouts, um, the best body shots, whatever. And there was a DVD that Hasim Rockman he was on when he fought I think this Russian guy, and the guy knocked Hasim between the ropes. Anyway, with that happening, Steve Smoker wasn't refereeing that fight, but he was down, where the judges be. And I remember, a fight broke out in the crowd and somebody threw a chair, and you seen on camera that it hit Steve Smoker right in the back. I don't know how he took that chair. It's crazy because he was an older gentleman then. He was 79 when he passed, so I think this happened they said it happened in the 90s. I could have swore it was a little later than that. Somebody said 1990. Matter of fact, 1999 it happened. So he was already an older gentleman then, when it happened. Um, but if you go through all these fights that he has refereed, um, probably one of my favorites was the Trinidad Ricardo Mayorga. He saved Ricardo's ass. Oh God, yes he did. Um, there's so many others that he did, from heavyweights to it's a busload. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you. I wasn't even supposed to be on this morning, to be honest with you. I was supposed to walk out the door with Mrs. Duck and actually went all the way to work with her. But the problem was where I was going, I found out they weren't gonna be open yet. So I was like, shit, ain't no point in me going out the damn door to turn around and have to come back to start the show. So I didn't want to do all that. Um, but to me, Steve Smoker was always, for what I saw, one of the fairest referees. Like I said, between him and Joe Cortez, I liked him. Because we always have our complaints on refs. Like I said a couple minutes ago about them not letting fighters fight, them wanting to be the star of the show, and they do a little too much. But let's see. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second. Real. Give me just a second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second. Hold on. We're gonna go through just some of the fights that he has participated in. Yeah, you hear moving around. That's what's up, Ray. Yeah, and nice. Steve Smoker was born August 15th, 1950, Norfolk, Virginia. Damn, Norfolk got a lot of stars out of there, man. Pernell Whitaker, Keyshawn Davis, I believe Michael Vick, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's not. I think Michael Vick and Allen Iverson from the same part of VA. But he died December 19th. um 2022 in Atlantic City. Jesus. Yeah, it's a tough one. That's it's pretty tough. Um oh, and he also did the excuse me, the Miguel Cotto Antonio Margarita rematch. Yeah, he was a part of that one. Almost forgot that he was a part of that one. Which I'm glad. Uh, I was hoping that Cotto had broke his. He didn't really have to because Pacquiao took care of that. But there's just so many. There's so many classic fights that this man has been a part of. I mean, when you looked at HBO, there's not probably not one time you didn't see him on there. From heavyweights to light heavyweights to whatever you want to call it. Uh, the Toro Gotti and Mickey Ward, so many. So this is not really about what fights he refereed. It's deeper than that. It's about always, giving these guys their flowers. I do this. Y'all know I do this even with the fighters, rather if they're deceased or rather if they're alive. Um, I think it's necessary to do it. Um, and people are gonna look at it like, because we just got evil people out here where they go, you know, why is he talking about this? And yes, Steve Smoger was okay, but we got that Inouye fight this week. McLean, what you think about that? Oh, matter of fact, also the first no, he didn't referee that fight. He refereed the second one. He did a couple of Bernard Hopkins fight too. He did a couple of Bernard Hopkins fights. But what do you think about that? And I go, well, that's kind of rude. Don't ask me about what I think about Inouye fight this week, and this is what we're talking about today. I mean, at least if we're gonna get to that, we show our respects by honoring this man who was a great referee. Because you guys got ways of not saying nobody on here on my channel, but the guys out there got ways of trying to ignore something that they feel like is not important to them, and I think that's sickening when they do that. Um, Tony Weeks too. He's another one of my favorite. Tony's another one of my favorite. He's a good ref too. Um, so I was thinking, y'all, right? Somebody said to me, would you ever be a referee?" And I'm like, hell to the no. Um, at least not in professional boxing. Amateur, I don't know. That's not my thing. I couldn't really do that. So that's not in my lanes. But I'll leave that to the pros, for the people who really have a passion for it. I think a lot of times they judge these refs and judges on, hey, you ain't never boxed before, so you shouldn't be in the sport of boxing. I think we get that a lot. That's true to a certain extent, but if you're gonna come in and do your job, then I have no beef with it. If you're coming to do your job, and you do it the right way. But Steve's always done things the right way. Um, like I said, hands down, he's one of the best refs. You used to think like what? What you used to think like, D? Think like what? You say you used to think like that? What you used to think like? Good morning. Good morning. I see y'all on in there. I see y'all in there. Jeff Spark, what up? So yeah, like I said, you go back to if someone never played the sport. Oh wait a minute, you said if someone never played the sport, they shouldn't be a ref. Um, well, you got people who, yeah, you got commentators that never threw a punch before or probably had a fight, but they do great commentating. Um, you got people in the music industry, and you might look at them and be like, they shouldn't be in the music industry. They don't know shit about being in the industry, but a lot of them are in it, and a lot of them do a good job at what they do, and just some are horrible. You got in life, you have to find what fits you, even when people are looking at you saying you don't belong. You got to find a way because everybody's gonna try to find something to hold against you to make you feel like you don't belong. So it's like me doing what I do, and people be like, but see, the difference is with me, I've been in the ring before. I've never competed, but I've been in there before. Take those shots, and not nothing where it crippled me, but I'm able to do it. A lot of these guys, D-Love, that's on here, they talk a good game, but they ain't never did it. They barely walk past a boxing gym. So when I hear a lot of them talk, I go, yeah, all right, that whatever. But everybody's entitled to feel how they feel. But yeah, Steve Smoker was one of the greats. Um, he left a legacy behind. This is why a lot of these old school referees, I try to, or referees, period. But I'm just talking about because I grew up on some of these refs. Um, and it's crazy to see how some of them are still around today. Of course, we're getting a whole bunch of new referees. You got some of the same old ones still around. Shout out to Arthur McCagney, who I'm friends with him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna definitely reach out to him to try to get him on the show, Arthur. Um, Joe Cortez, I would love to have up here. Tony Weeks. A lot of these guys I'm gonna be going for. Um, so yeah, 3Ds. You said we got 3Ds. What 3Ds we got? You said 4 likes. Yeah, you smash the likes. Smash the likes. I appreciate y'all this morning. So like I said, it's deeper than just knowing what fights that he refed. This is just all about giving respect and giving these fighters, these coaches. What was the last fight? That's a good question. Let's go. Let's see. What was the last fight that he covered? That's a good question. Well, let's go to that and see what was the last fight that he covered. We're gonna do that right now. We'll do that right now. I don't even understand why my shit just did that. That was rude. What up, Free?
What's up?
Hey, nothing. We trying to get to this last fight that Steve Smoger referee.
Yeah, and I gotta correct you. Mike Vick is from Norfolk.
He is right.
Yeah, he is from Norfolk. That's why he was at Keyshawn Davis. Um,
I wanted
fight.
to be. Yeah, I wanted to be. I was like, yo, I thought dude is from. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he is from Norfolk. Allen Iverson is from Newport News, but he hung
Newport
out.
News. Yeah, yeah.
Allen Iverson from Newport News, but Vick is from Norfolk.
Okay, okay. Um, we trying to get this last fight that he refereed.
Uh,
I'm looking that up right now. Seafood, what up?
I see something.
Seem not to be. It's when I bring that up, it's not actually coming up. It's coming up the fights that he refereed. I don't want the ones that he refereed. I want the last one that he got in.
All you gotta do is go to the fights that are refereed and just look at the date, the
That's
oldest date.
what I'm going to, and it's not. That's not coming up. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm doing now. It's giving.
Well, give me a couple of names of the fights that they got on there, because you can probably narrow it down by
Well, they got the
the fight.
flashback. They got the one from where he got the chair thrown at him. I don't want that one. I got the Ricardo Mayorga Trinidad, which that was in '04, so that definitely was not the last one. Uh,
Oh, sorry about that.
damn, yeah, he did the James Kirkland, and oh yeah, I forgot he did that. Damn it, yo, it's so many of these joints that he did. It's ridiculous, yo. Uh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna come back with that question, D Love. Give me a second. I got to do some because last night I didn't really get to do all that. I didn't realize it had been 3 years since the man had been gone. So when it struck me, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute," because it's not like he's been gone for 10 years. You know what I mean? It ain't even been that. It just made 3 years Saturday. So
yeah.
79 years old. Hey, what do you remember about him, Free?
Um, Not really much, because I never really paid attention to the referees like that. Um, he do what every time that I used to get him mixed up with I used to get him mixed up with what's my guy name that just passed? Victor Conti. They favor
Oh,
each other.
yeah,
I used to get him mixed up with Victor Conti. Um, I
yeah.
mean he was a decent referee. I do recall him. I just can't remember any particular fights, so to speak. But I do recall him. I mean, the most famous referee of all time to me was Mills Lane. And then you have a couple of other ones. Steve Wilkes. You have Cortez. You have a couple of other ones, but yeah, Mills Lane is the one that sticks out for me. Every time we talk about referee, that's the first name that come to my head is Mills Lane.
Uh, so what I got here was it never said who was the guys that he was in the ring with, but they said his last one came August 18th at 2300 Arena in South Philadelphia. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So he had been done for so he ends up passing what 4 years later? Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Wow. Wow. 32 years. No, not this year. 2022. The Saturday made 3 years. This past Saturday made 3 years. Yeah, he 32 years is a lot of years to give to the sport, man. Yeah, that's a lot. And mind you, he also had um refereed over 200 title fights. Damn it, free. That's a lot.
200 title fights.
He also
Yeah,
had
that's a hell of a lot.
more than 200.
I
Yeah,
can't
more than
even I can't even think I can't even think of 200 title fights.
200.
God damn.
What you said, free?
I can't even think of 100 title fights,
He said I can't think of.
let alone.
That's why I just read. I said 200 title fights. God
Yeah,
damn.
I can't even think of 100 title fights, let alone 200. God
He said,
dang.
damn.
No, if you think about it, okay, Floyd had 50 fights. All of them wasn't
Yes.
title, but let's just say all his
Yeah.
fights were title fights. That's 50. Then you got Oscar De La Hoya, you got Pernell Whitaker, you got he probably refereed some of Roy Jones fights.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm
He
trying
did
to
a
think of
couple.
who else.
Yeah. He.
Mike
I
Tyson.
believe he did. I believe he did Lennox, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did
Yeah,
Lennox. Can't think of who though.
but there's this thing. But we know that the same referee wasn't in every one of their title fights. So
No.
I'm like, how the hell you get 200 title fights? That's that's ridiculous.
He said, "Damn."
If you say all of Floyd's, which we know it wasn't all of Floyd, but
Nah.
you say all of Floyd's, that's less than 50.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of goddamn fights.
Yo, they
I don't
said
even
one
want. I don't even
fight.
want to be. I don't even want to work 200 different fights. Give me a
Hey,
give me a good 40. Give me a good 40 that's gonna pay me where I'm straight for the rest of my life. I ain't trying to do no damn 200 fights.
so shit. When he stopped, he was in the 70s. Shit,
Yeah,
32 years,
that's,
man.
that's
Damn.
a working man. You gotta think about it.
That's
You gotta get to a certain level before you can start getting title fights because they're not gonna just put any referee in a title fight. So he had to get a reputation of being a good referee
now
before he can
explain
get
that.
his first fight.
Explain that part free to people who might not understand when they get the just like they get a lot of they get the misconception that these fighters just get title fights. These referees just don't get put in title fights.
Now these
You gotta
referees
earn.
these referees get picked by the promoters, but they gotta have a certain type of reputation. Like promoters not gonna just put any referee in there. They gotta they gotta say, okay, this referee he tends to let fight go the way that our fighter like to go, or he tends to not let certain things go on, which might give your fighter problems, or it might help your fighter. So these referees got to be, for one, they got to be sanctioned by the athletic commission, and for two, they got to have a reputation that the promoters like, because the promoters they pick who the referees want to be. They go to the fighter. They say, "Hey, we got this person that can be in the fight. Would you mind having him?" And the fighter will be like, "Yes" or "No. I don't want him." So it's certain referees gotta have the reputation.
Yeah. Which I'm glad you mentioned that because I think a lot of people just they don't understand how it goes and they just think that oh These guys are just getting picked because they're somebody's favorite ref, and that's not how that goes. So I'm glad you explained that part. But I want to go back, and I hate to stay on this because this 200 title shit got me. That shit got me puzzled right now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Like I said, I can't even think of 200 title fights.
That's a lot, free. Damn,
Yeah, it's a hell of a
that's
lot.
yo. That mean your man was whenever they was calling your man was pulling up immediately.
I mean, that man, well, he ain't got it anymore. But at the time before he passed, he had more title fights, not actual fights, just title fights. He had
Yeah.
more title fights than Fitch had fights.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
No, I'm being serious. Stitch been in
Yo, free, come on,
a lot of
man.
fights. Stitch been in a lot of fights, but he wasn't in no damn 200 fights. He just got into the sport of boxing not too long ago.
Goddamn free boy. Yeah. No, you're right though. That's a lot.
That's a hell of a lot.
That's a hell of a lot. So that man, shit. Every time that man got home from a fight, they probably was calling him for another title fight. That man
Well,
was going right back out the door.
well, you got to think about it. He got 200 title fights. Floyd Mayweather fought 50 times. He got 150 more title fights than Floyd got fights.
Ain't that crazy? That's not even a referee. You know how some referees you or some people you try to make in front of them, yo, you washed up, you never did this, and he's not even one of those refs you could have went to and pop shit to. Because the first thing he was gonna say, son, I got more title fights I've been in than you, and you're the fighter.
Well, first of all, who gonna question his judgment when he got 200 title fights?
That's a fact. BBO, I see you. Make sure y'all go subscribe to BBO Boxing. Help him get it up over there, baby. No, you better not question him because you make yourself look like a fool. But you know what? The only people that was questioning it were people that don't know. This is why I'd be like, when guys don't do their homework on certain fighters or referees, you make yourself look like an ass when you question that. Now, can you imagine some newcomer going to him? Man, old man, shut up. Shut up, old man. What you done did in the sport of boxing? Who you fought, old man?
I, I ain't fight anybody, but I refereed more fights than you even fought in the amateurs pros combined.
Combined. Tell them again. Tell them again, free combined.
No, that man got no. Remember, I was telling you there was a guy that fought Jack Catterall that had 15 wins and like 123 losses. He
Yeah.
still ain't got as many fights as this man got championship fights.
Damn. That's a fact. No, you're right. I'm still puzzled by the 200 title fights. I'm puzzled.
No,
But he
that,
did give the sport of boxing 32 years. So when you start thinking about it, you still like, damn,
no, 30, no,
damn.
he was only in the sport of boxing what uh 10 more years or 11 more years longer than Floyd. Only 11 more years longer than Floyd. Floyd was in the sport of boxing for what, 20 years, 20, 21 years, 22 years, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So
So
he probably was already getting titles then when Floyd was walking in.
man, that man, no, that man had he had plenty of fights under his belt by the time Floyd came in the game.
Yeah, but
He
200.
looked at Floyd like, you little whippersnapper, sit your tail down somewhere.
Yeah, sit down, man. But this is the reason why it's always important for us to do our homework on these fighters because some of these fighters they get disrespected the same way. And it's like, boy, I didn't have more title fights and won more titles than you've been alive, young whippersnapper. Um, so that's why when we do these shows, free, I don't think people understand. They think we doing it just because they don't have nothing to talk about. We do have something to talk about, but we're also educating. Um, and we get to learn. I never looked to see that he had 200 title fights. Shit, that baffled me.
Uh, they ain't got nothing to talk about. Nigga, don't
Yeah.
you hear us talking?
What I mean by they don't have nothing to talk about is ain't there a fight this week? Yeah, it is. It's in a way, but it's
Nah, what you mean is we don't have nothing to talk to you about. Bye. That's what you mean. We don't have nothing to talk to you about. Bye.
yeah, I mean, this was something I probably would have touched last year, but I almost forgot that. No disrespect, I almost forgot that Smoger was gone. I almost forgot because people got to understand it just happened. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, Free, we don't have nothing to talk to you about. But this is a great topic to have because just to know that, forget about what fights he just refereed. This man had 200 title fights. That
Yo,
shit is
yo,
crazy.
you know, yo, can you imagine he's in a title fight every division, not just the
Gee,
ones
that's
that we
yeah,
need.
yeah.
That's crazy. That's a lot of freaking fights, bro. You
That's
know why I say it? Why that's a lot? Because it takes 5 years in the amateurs for you to even go as a pro referee. You have to do 5 years first as an amateur ref in order to go
Right,
pro, and then to do that, that's crazy.
yo.
right.
Seafood, that's bananas. I'm reading this shit, and so to make sure it wasn't a lie, I googled it again. I said, "Shit, 200 titles, my ass." Went to Google it again. That's why you heard me mute. That's why you heard me mute my mic. I mute my mic. I said, "Now Google lying to me, not today." Went back and looked at it again. It said the same thing that this man was in 200 titles. I said, "Oh shit." That's crazy. That means every time that man got home, he had to go back out the damn door, or he had to fly to the next state or country. That is crazy. Jesus.
I
Hey,
don't.
I
I
don't
don't
know if
think
that
a
I don't know if
person.
that man was married, but I know his wife probably been hella mad, but she was hella happy because them damn checks look good.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna tell
mean
you like
the
this.
base. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. I will tell you like this. No, that man didn't even get a chance to even sip his coffee before he got a phone call.
All right, for real.
No,
Yo,
we laughing,
and,
but it's serious. It's serious though. He didn't get a chance to have nothing, no toast with no eggs and none of that. I got to go back out the door, baby. I got a flight to catch.
yo, but
So,
think about the racial periods when they weren't really allowing a lot of black or people of color in that realm. So there was only white refs at the time. And look how far back to get 200. Mind you, 200 title fights. I'm sure he's done regular fights as well.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he's probably well over 500 in total. You know what I'm saying? He's probably well over that.
yeah.
Because
But see,
200 title fights is crazy.
this is what people don't realize. The same referee don't get called for every title fight, so
Facts, facts.
he has to be selected for a title fight, and then you think about, okay, he got to be selected for a title fight. He fought. I mean, he refereed 200 titles. 200. He refereed 200 titles. You like, okay, I can't even think of 200 titles that he could
Yeah,
possibly have refereed. I can't even think. Like I said, I can name some people, but he didn't referee every one of those titles. He
No,
yeah.
refereed a few out of each person
because
that I named. He might have refereed a few, but he didn't
because I
referee every one.
yeah because I know
Bro,
the Phoenix,
I'm not
the
even.
Phoenix, the
I'm not
Phoenix.
even. I'm not even over 200 corner fights. Just me cornering someone. I'm not even over that amount yet. I'm over 100 and change. I'm over 120, but 200.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Now, some
That's
people who don't
that's a Guinness
understand the
Book
sport,
record.
some people who don't understand the sport or don't understand what we talking about, they go, I don't see what the big deal is.
No,
What's the
that is
big
a big
deal?
deal.
That's a
That's
very big
different
deal.
pay. That's different pay. Yo, you get a yo. You know how it is. Yo, there are no favorite referees right now since Mills Lane, right? There
Yeah,
are no
Yeah,
guys who are
I said that
considered the
earlier.
dudes. There
Yeah,
are no guys who are considered the dudes. That dude was in. If you really think about it, all the major fights that we've seen back in the day coming up, Mills Lane was in almost all of them shits.
that's a fact.
And we
That's
talking about
yeah,
we talking about back when Don King ruled. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like he was almost in everything. That's
yeah.
crazy.
You had particular fighters like Mills Lane, Joe Cortez,
Yeah.
Steve Smoger, Tony
Right.
Weeks. It was certain guys where you like, okay, not only this is going to be a good fight, but this is referees fair. He gonna let them
Right.
fight because you know certain referees they want to be the star of the damn show. They break like these
Right.
referees now. They break you up in fights that don't need to be broken up, and it's like, what is you doing, ref?
No,
God
I
right.
damn!
understand.
Like let him
Just
I
fight.
know. I know for a fact some of them referees be playing sides. Yo, it's crazy, but Mills Lane never gave me that impression though. But
Hey,
that
see,
dude was
cool.
definitely a
They do
favorite
it.
dude.
They do it in amateur boxing.
Yeah, true, true. Well, I mean, it's different because I mean, I get it. I get why they do it. I just don't understand why they do it because it's not like what up, Big Illy. It's not like you're getting paid for it. It's volunteer.
No, I understand. I understand. Why not only it makes them look good, but then also when you go there, right? Sometimes some of them refs too won't even have an issue. Let's just say with you, right? There might not necessarily be an issue with you, but there might be the issue with the other people, and they getting into their ear about you. And remember, we talked about this before about you can have a problem with the coach, but don't take it out on the fighter.
Right. Well,
That's
listen.
not fair.
I wanted to become a ref. The
no,
only reason why I wanted to do a ref, only reason why I wanted to be an amateur ref is to probably to um, lead by example of doing the fight the right way. Because I used to think that the referees weren't involved enough. You know what I'm saying? Um,
I'm gonna tell you.
you know,
I'm gonna tell
yeah.
y'all how serious this is. I'm gonna tell you how serious this is. When we say 200 title fights, I just looked it up. I said, how many title fights did Mills Lane referee? It says he refereed more than 100. So that means he didn't do 200. He just did more than 100. This man
Yeah,
Oh,
had
okay.
more title fights than Mills Lane.
that's crazy.
But still, 100 is still a lot, though,
And
Free.
I
That's
think, and
still a lot.
if I'm not mistaken, I think Mills Lane's older than Steve Smoger. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken, even though he's not here anymore.
Mills Lane passed away at 85.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
that's
nasty
crazy.
work. That's crazy. To have 200, yo,
Yeah,
I've been around family reunions and it ain't even been 200 people around.
that's Yo, you know how much activity you have to be? Yeah, how active you got to be just to do fights. Period. Like he's just doing, and that's title fights. Shizzle
Yeah,
sticks, bro. That's
look,
crazy.
I've been to family reunions. Only 50 motherfuckers show up.
Like,
Yeah,
like they
200?
see, like
It's
people like,
crazy.
oh, that's not a lot. No, we're not talking about fights. We talking about championship fights,
Listen,
championship fights, not
even if
just
yeah,
regular fights.
even if we were talking about fights, they can't say it's not a lot because they ass ain't been in it. Half of y'all ain't been in 10 fights in the damn streets, so y'all can't say that ain't a lot. That's a lot. If a kid right now that's an amateur have 200 amateur fights, you gonna look that kid in the eye and say, "Man, you ain't got a lot of fights." Or is you crazy? That's a
right.
lot. Even though some guys go on to have 300, 400 amateur bouts, but still 200, that's a lot. The fighting is kind of normal to have that. It depends on what you're trying to do. But as a referee, sheesh.
Yeah, like me cornering fights over 100. I think I'm at one. I'm up in the 140, 150 range as far as cornered fights. But that's over years' time. That's not even like that's just my own team. Not to mention the people that I've helped out, that I've been asked to help out for when their coaches couldn't go, or even when I was sent to other countries to corner somebody for the Olympics, for the Olympic fights in other countries. When they sent me out and I got paid per diem, like yo, that's different because I can imagine being just traveling those few times. The first time I went was with Lisa Rodriguez. We went
Yeah.
to DR for the Spanish Olympics, and our coach couldn't go, so the commission asked me to go. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. You know what I'm saying? And then that was a great honor. But at the same time, is imagine getting called for these new title fights in different countries. Listen, they pay everything. Literally, pay you everything. You don't pay for nothing. Airplane fee. They give you a black card, and you can spend as much as you want. Only thing you gotta do is bring back the receipts.
Yo, man. Your man,
That's
200, two refereeing 200 fights. Your man was good everywhere he went. Every type
yeah,
of
yeah,
hotel
true.
that man stayed in, he was Gucci.
Yeah, true, true. And
That's
I
you
know he
know,
got paid. I know he
that
got
kind of
paid
stuff.
handsomely over the time too.
Um, him passing away sometime, it's all written. You know, he did what he was supposed to do, and God called him home. I'm not mad at that. I think that's how life's supposed to be, because nobody lives forever. Do what you got to do while you're here, then eventually you're gonna get called home. That's how I
True.
want to get. That's how I want to go out. Do what I got to do, and then get called to go home. Um, so I
We're
mean,
gonna have
that's
a,
that's just amazing. 200, man. And if I'd have
what up,
never read
Tate?
that, this is why we have to read up on stuff and do our research, what a lot of these cats don't do. Because if you didn't read that, you wouldn't have known that. If I didn't check that out, I really wouldn't have known that. People, I knew he'd been around for some years, but to be in 200 title fights, that's ridiculous. I'm
Yeah,
telling you,
yeah.
I've never been around
I
200
never,
people.
yeah.
Jesus.
I never would have guessed that. 200. That's a fucking lot of fights, bro, to cover.
But get this, seafood. His last one was in August of 2018. That was his last. So that probably that was it. That probably wasn't a title, but that was his last one.
Yeah, that's
The
crazy.
2018, that's crazy. 32 years in the game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna front. That is crazy. That is crazy,
No,
bro.
there's 32 years in the professional game. It
Yeah,
ain't
that's what I'm
32 years
saying.
in the game. Yeah, so he got a lot more years prior to being a professional.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
God
That
bless him, cause you know what I'm saying. You know how much of the man he must have been to be recognized as that type of guy. Like they must have you gotta give the guy a lot of praise to be like that, bro. Because that
yeah.
referee, that's a serious job. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
what I'm saying.
serious job.
You gotta be selected to be a
Yeah,
referee, especially when it comes to a
yeah,
title fight. They're not just putting any referee in a title fight. You're gonna get
No.
selected by the promoters and the fighters. So you gotta have
yeah,
some type of reputation to be put in those fights.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's a great honor to be a referee on that level. I
Well, I
imagine
mean,
free. Imagine the money he was getting paid for that. That's crazy.
Yo, I'm just mad that he didn't get a chance to be around when Turkey came around because he would have been paid.
Yeah,
oh my,
yeah, no,
oh my God, oh my God.
Him and Mills Lane, they would have been paid.
Oh yeah, Mills. Oh man, and Mills was a zero tolerance person. So um, that would have been dope to see that though. That would have been amazing to see that. But they both were great. Both great reps, man. Um, damn, I just got that number 200 stuck in my head. Y'all gotta excuse me. Damn. And who's to say if we'll ever see that again, though? Who's to say if we'll ever see somebody in that do that again? Because the do
Oh,
200,
I could tell you
you
that
got
right
work.
now. We would never see that again. 200 title fights, we ain't gonna see that again.
Nah.
No, we ain't gonna see that again.
So if you could take so seafood, if you a D free could take a wild guess, and I guess we'll have to research it, but I just wanna take a wild guess. If it's 200, when the hell you think the first one came?
The first one came in 1919. I want to say he retired in 2018.
Yeah.
Uh, his first one probably came like 1980 something.
Mm,
I'm gonna say like 1980 something.
damn it.
It had to come like 1980 something. Well, I ain't gonna say it had to, but it's more likely that it came 1980 something.
Yeah.
More likely that it came around that time. It could have been the early 90s, but I'm gonna say somewhere around 1980s, 85, 86 was his first title fight because, like I said, you got to make a reputation before they start putting you in these title fights.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he had to have a reputation for them to say, okay, this a decent referee. Let's give him a shot and see how he doing his first title fight.
Yeah. Um, because I'm sitting here thinking, so I'm like, yo, let's go back then. Where did it all start? You know, so yeah, 80 something, that'd probably be, and like Sifu said too, like he was just saying, for these amateur coaches, you'll have to be doing it at least for 5 years before. Now you told me something new, Sifu, because that part I never knew. But then again,
Yeah, no,
I never,
it's
I
the
never,
same for
yeah,
it's the same for every it's the same for every pro sport. In order for you to be a pro referee, you have to work the lower level for a certain amount of years. Like for the NFL, you got to work the college level for I think
oh yeah,
about
yeah,
5 to 6 years,
yeah,
and then when it same thing with basketball. So it's the same for everything. It just
yeah,
boxing doesn't have a college level. Their college level is the amateurs.
yeah, yeah. I always tell people that it's the
Yeah.
amateur.
It's the same for all of. Now you still gotta get your license and all that, but
Yeah.
then once you get your license, you gotta do the amateurs for 5 years before, and you gotta do a minimum of 5 years. That's not to say you do 5 years and you automatically go right to the pros. No, that's the minimum that you gotta do in order to become a pro referee. You still you still gotta apply to be a pro referee. That's not just something, oh, you did 5 years, you automatically move to the pros. No, that's not how it goes.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that part, and that's how it works. That everybody started somewhere. Nobody just walks in, how they are. We all start from somewhere. You know
Yo,
what
if
I
you
mean?
really
Just like
think about it, if you really think about it, when you do like the ones that we see McLean that used to be that were in the amateurs and turned pro, like even Eddie Claudio, for example. Eddie Claudio's got a lot of New York fights because of Lou DiBella. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
yeah,
he's been
yeah,
he
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? When I was
Yeah,
even when I was Olympic coach, they flew him out with us um to 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 be a rep in the Olympic, the Nationals and the Olympics. So I know he was getting a lot of stuff too. I don't know
yeah.
why he stopped though, but you know he was definitely recognized as that for New York. Like he really did his thing in New York.
Sometimes, people stop not just because it's time to move on. Sometimes people get sick of the shit that comes with it.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with
Yeah,
you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Being a referee in any sport,
sound
that's
beautiful.
a that's a gravy job. Now, yeah, it's going to be hectic on your time that you spend with your family, but you have a now referee for boxing is different because that's all year round. But when you got baseball, football, and basketball, it's a certain amount of months that they are in season. But those are gravy jobs. You being flown to wherever you got to be at, and you being paid top dollar to be in these joints in these
Well,
games with a boxing referee. that's all year round, but you're not selected to be a referee for every fight.
I found out a lot about that when so y'all see that referee who refereed the Jake Paul and AJ, the black
Yeah,
referee, Chris.
yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
know him. I know him. So when I met him at the Hall of Fame way back in 2020, sitting down explaining, sitting down eating dinner, and he was explaining to me how that works. And he was like, and he has a wife and kids, and he was like, a lot of times I'm not home, and when I do get home, it's not that long before I'm back out again. I get a call,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm back out the door.
I think
It's
it's
crazy.
tiered now because there's so many. I think they get tier pay, like the best on who's whatever, whatever. And when they get selected, I think it's a tier pay. It's not like there wasn't because back when Mills Lane was doing it, there wasn't really that much of an abundance of referees who were
No,
very popular. You
no,
know what I'm saying? Who were very popular. So
And they wasn't getting paid the money that they're getting paid now neither. Like
yeah, fact.
back then, the top paying fights. Well, I ain't gonna say back then because Mills Lane did referee in the era of Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis. But even then, the top paying fight might have been a combined purse of maybe what 50, $60 million. Now
Right,
you got combined purse over $200 million.
right, right. Now, see,
Jesus.
I
So
don't know how do they get a piece of the purse for that? Like, is that how
no,
that
no, no.
works?
They don't. The promoter pays for whichever side is the A side. Whoever's the A side, the promoter that's putting on the fight, he pays the referee. So it doesn't come out of the purse. That
Oh,
money comes out of the money that the network gives the promotion company
right,
to
right,
put that fight on.
right.
It comes out of that, but it doesn't
Okay,
come out of the fighter's purse. The fighters don't pay for the referee. Whatever promoter's putting on the fight, they the one that pays the referee. That's why they say this
yeah, that's
fighter is the
crazy.
A star because they choose all of that stuff. They choose the referee. They choose the ring side. They choose the glove size. The A side fighter choose all of that.
You know what I say? Give me all the money, damn it. Give me all that. But you know what's so crazy too? Because it's a lot that comes with being a ref, not just in the ring. Um, like my man was telling me, he said, you know how many times I've had fighters threaten me after fights and they waiting for me in the back of the dressing room or trying to bump into me in the hallway. They go, a lot of people don't know what we go through. We go through a lot where once we get to the back of the dressing room, the cameras ain't showing what's going on. We got guys that want to attack us because they felt like we stopped the fight too fast or we didn't let them fight the way they wanted to. And I said, yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I see some moments like that, but you got to be
yeah,
a sucker to do
we
that
seen it,
shit, though.
we seen it at amateur shows.
Yeah, I've even
Shit,
done it. I'm not even front.
yo, listen, we've
Hey,
been
so
in places that I've
hold on,
been.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Did y'all just hear what he just said? He said you got to be a sucker to do that. Then he gonna say, yeah, I've done it. I've done it. He called his own self a sucker. This man people called himself a sucker.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think
No,
sometimes
no,
when
but I had a good reason to do it, though. You know what I'm saying?
you know what
I had a
though,
good reason.
when you get caught off guard with something that you're not really expecting, but you're expecting it, and it's like I just hope they don't give me a reason to lash out.
Yeah,
So
say
when it
again?
happens, it's like I knew this was going to happen. So guess what? Now I'm gonna lash out, and I'm just standing there like seafood, please.
Yeah.
Please, seafood. Don't come on, seafood. Not please, seafood. Not in here, please. Or whatever you do. Because when he get mad, it's
Yo,
different.
Free. I had a good reason to do it, though. There was a good reason. I wasn't trying to be a bully or nothing, but I have to, McClay, you gotta let me tell a story, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
So listen, we was at the amateur fights. I think it was Gleason's, and one of the
No,
referees, he was like,
we was in Starrack
"Yeah,
City,
brother."
Brooklyn.
He was one of the referees that was like, he was probably like 6'6", 6'7", right? And we in the fights, we fighting. My guy is beating up the other guy, right? The guy gets up, stares up. The one of the coaches stares up on the thing when the referee's about to call the A count, stops the A count, and um listens to the guy like he was shook. So I jumped up on the podium. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing? How you gonna stop an 8 count when the guy was like clearly caught with a punch? You called it. You can't stop. You can't stop the 8 count to a piece because you were scared of what this guy was saying." I was beat with that. Then I went to the referee coaches meeting and I beat them up that then too. And I was like, "Yo, you can't." Even though we won, this is when Daniel fought. We was beating the hell out of this guy. They were trying to say like that wasn't an 8 count, whatever. He stepped on the ring and they said the bell rung. No, bro. If because the bell rings doesn't mean you stop the 8 count. The 8 count still continues. And I didn't understand that. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck, bro?" Like, but I beat up. Yo, when I jumped up on the post ring, I was definitely livid. I couldn't understand that.
Only time the 8 count stops when the bell rings is if that's in the rules that once the bell rings you can be saved by the bell. And they usually say the only time you can be saved by the bell is the last round. That's usually what the rules are. Now,
We see,
every once in a while they will change it because the fighters agree to the fight being stopped if I mean, the count being stopped if the bell rings. But usually the count keeps going, and then
Right,
after you finish the count, you just tell the fighter go to your corner
right,
once the
right.
count is over with.
I pointed over to the guy who jumped on. I said, "I don't give a fuck about what he say. You the ref. How you gonna let the coach call the rules?" I was
I'm over
beaming.
there. I'm over there, right? And other fighters are around me, and everybody's in the crowd. And they're like, "Oh my God, somebody grab Sifu." I said, "If you grab Sifu, he gonna turn around and slap the living shit out of whoever grabs him. Let him
Facts,
have
bro.
his
Because yo,
moment.
don't do
Don't
that,
touch
bro.
him."
Don't do that.
I
Not when I'm
always
in the
tell them,
heat.
don't touch him. That's for any man. I don't care if a man's short or tall. You see a man doing that, you just gotta let a man, unless he doing too much where he's trying to put other people in harm, you gotta just let a man have his moment. You can't put your hands on the man trying to calm him
But
down
that
because
was
if that
cheating,
man
though.
turn around
I looked at it.
swinging,
That was cheating.
yeah,
That was cheating.
yeah.
That's the reason why I beef because that was cheating. And I was like, "Yo, how you gonna stop the 8 count, bro? The 8 count still goes on." You know what I'm saying? That guy was drugged by the shot too. At that,
Yeah.
but
But
what up, beautiful? What up, Josh?
it happens, but we already know for a fact a lot of these dudes that's refereeing don't know shit.
Yeah, true, true.
You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, everybody has to start off somewhere. But my thing is do it right. Do it right.
Right.
Because some of y'all, if you can't make it as good referees in amateur boxing, how the hell you gonna do it in pros?
Well, I mean, they give you really. You have to actually coach. They have a like how we do sparring stuff before open sparring. They have open refs for the amateur refs for them to do some of the fights. But every time that guy see me, he always makes his way over to me to say, "Yo, what's up? How you doing, Seafood?" But I'm like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just you have to enforce the rules, bro. You guys, this is why guys break the rules. This is why you guys don't
Well,
get no
that's
respect."
why it's not as fun as it used to be, and that's why you see a lot of people are not interested in like that. If you notice that every day it's changing in New York. So what I mean by that is when every time you look up, you go, "Who's this kid? Who's this ref?"
Yeah,
A lot of people either go pro or they go find other places to box. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's because a lot of people don't like what the fuck is going on. But the powers that be have no issue with it. And even when you go to complain about it, they basically look at you and just go, "Hey, what can
I
we?"
forgot. I forgot the lady's name who refs. She's the head official for New York. The Spanish lady. I think her name is Yolanda. I think she's
Yes.
actually a pretty good ref. They give her a lot of flack because she's a woman, but she actually does things by the book and everything. She actually even when we went to the regionals for a regional fight and stuff like that, they really she makes sure that everything goes by the book. The thing about that is that she wanted to guide me into the referee, and I said, she's like, Sequel, I thought you said you want to be a ref. I said, yeah, I do, but I won't do it because I don't feel that I would make change in the total system of refing. And then that's when what's her name? Sonia was trying to get me to go in it because they said I have a good rapport with a lot of people, down to different people. I said, that's not the point. The point is that we have to change it and make it fair because it's not fair what they do. A lot of these guys do.
Yeah.
They don't give them 8 counts when they need to get 8 counts. They don't break up the clinchings when they need to break up the clinching. They don't call the holding fouls. They don't call the charges. They don't call none of that stuff. They don't caution. They don't take points away. They don't do none of that stuff now. They just let these guys fight. Sometimes they let them fight. But sometimes they quick to call 8 counts when it wasn't even an 8 count. Like, come on, bro. Like, I hate sucker shit.
My thing when it comes to the clinching, if you got an arm free and you throwing punches, I'm not breaking it up. I'm not gonna break it up. But if I see y'all just laying there and ain't nobody throwing a punch for 3 seconds, all right, break it up, break it up. But if I see one person is throwing punches and the other one is trying to like block the punches, but they in a clinch, but he's still throwing punches and they not doing nothing illegal, I'm gonna let them keep going. Hey,
Yeah,
keep fighting.
but
You got a free arm, keep fighting.
yeah, but we don't get that type of discretion here, bro. It doesn't always work that way here. That's what we're
Yeah,
saying.
I know. I'm just saying, if I was a referee, that's how
Right.
I would do it. If I was a referee, I would let you go ahead and if y'all throwing blows, y'all in the clinch, y'all throwing blows, long as nothing illegal, I'm gonna let you keep going. They're like, dang, he ain't breaking
Right.
up. No, I'm gonna let y'all keep fighting. Y'all got a free arm. Y'all throwing blows. Y'all not sitting there just holding each other. Y'all throwing blows. Now, one guy don't like working on the inside. Well, then that's something you need to work on when you get back to the gym.
Right. Right. I don't like clinching. I don't like my guys that told me to punch. If you can hold somebody, you can punch them. That's the same energy you're giving. If you can hold them, you can punch them. I don't allow that clinching shit.
These are great
But
gifts.
some people do it, and that's just the
Great
way it
gifts.
is. But
Yeah.
for me personally, I don't like clinching.
Man, look.
Like, I got a full day today, bro. Like, today's gonna be different. Monday and Tuesday, everybody's coming to spar and all that. And then Wednesday, Thursday we off, and then back on, after Christmas.
Back on what, Friday?
Yeah, it's gonna be different. I think Price might be around. I might tell him to pull up.
Yo, he DM'd me, yo, right? He DM'd me
Uh,
yesterday. He said, damn, I missed it, because he knew we was talking about him. He said, damn, I missed it.
oh, his fight?
Yeah, no, because we were talking about him yesterday. He said, I guess he must have seen when I sent it to him. He said, damn, I missed it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that he saw that we was talking about him, but I'm gonna get him when I get in there.
Yeah, I think he should get all the press that he can get right now. You know what I mean?
Well, I did
You
something
know?
with Price before. When he was with the combat team, I had did it. I had me, him, and Tammy was on. All three of us had did something. That was
Oh,
like in the
okay.
beginning. That was like in the beginning when I was doing it. When I first got on here. So I haven't done nothing with him since. But we're definitely going to hook up and do something again. I told you I'm starting off. I'm ending the year great, but I'm starting 2026 off very disrespectful.
Well, I already started training myself, so I'm back in the game now. I want to start getting
Um,
busy with the fighters
I'm in.
again.
I'm not in the gym. I'm in my living room.
oh, you back at the house already? Okay, cool.
What
No,
up,
I'm not at
Jeff?
the house. I'm in the living room working out when I do my workout. I'm
Oh,
back to my
yeah,
working
yeah,
out
yeah, yeah.
my
You said
body.
that. You said that. You said you was going to start doing the yeah. You did say that. You just said that recently too. Yep, you said that. Yeah, Seafood. When you and D Free look at this year, right? We don't have to even wait to do this. It don't even matter because we're already at the end
Mm.
of the year. It's gone. When you look back at this year, Seafood man, how do you view your year, man?
I think it was bad.
Damn.
because of my mom passing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Rest
You
in
know what I'm
peace.
saying? I mean, that's the reason why I would view it as being bad because other than that, I was good until up until that time. So now I'm like, that was a different dampen in my spirit. You know, I'm still positive and stuff, but it made me reflect on life differently now. It's like to start really focusing on myself instead of like really being tuned to everybody else. So now, I mean, I black slid in a little bit, but I'm trying to get it together. You know,
Um, yeah, that's difficult.
yeah, that is
It was
difficult, bro. It's the difference.
it was a very, I can't lie, it was a very it was a tough year. Um, but you know, we all managed to get through, man, you know. So now we got to make 2026 a better year than what we did, you know, this year, but you know, I always say it could have been worse. But you know, yeah, for somebody to have to lose a parent, um, it's pretty damn difficult. That's why, you know, I always say maybe it was better. Maybe it was better that I lost my mother at a young age versus me being 42 years old and losing her
Yeah.
now. Her or my father. My father's birthday was just yesterday.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
he turned 78.
I got
Yeah.
the wifey's birthday on Sunday.
But oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Vicky be 40. She be 48 on Sunday.
Okay, Vic.
Wow.
Then turn
Vic,
around a month later, well, less than a month, it's my birthday, and I be
I
turning
swear,
the big 50.
it's nothing. It's nothing about you or her that says grandparents. I swear, because you know our grandparents coming up, they look like
Yeah,
grandparents. Y'all still
Yeah.
young.
yeah.
That's a
I
beautiful
mean,
thing.
and that's why I tell, like I told this lady the other day I was out and the lady said, "Oh, you out here doing DoorDash?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "This what you do all the time?" I said, "I do it for side money." I said, I got a full-time job. I just do this to make little side
We
money
didn't do
here
it.
and there." She was like, "Oh," she was
Well,
like,
you
"You
was
gonna be doing this
already
all week?"
complaining
I
about
said,
benches,
"Nah,
so we ain't do it.
I'm gonna be chilling with the grandkids for Christmas." She was like, "Grandkids?" I said, "Yeah." She was like, "You got grandkids?" I said, "Yeah." She was like, "You don't look like you could be no older than roughly around 31, 32." I said, "I appreciate it, but I'm 49." She was like, "Oh, you 49?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm 49 years old." She was like, "Oh, I would have never thought that. I would have thought you
Yeah,
was in your early 30s."
yeah. Thank you, D. Yeah, he just old man. I tried to call him and he didn't answer, so which means he was having some fun for his birthday probably. But I did go up on Facebook and respectfully wished him a happy birthday. You know what I mean?
Who that?
Um, my pops.
Oh, your pops. Your pops.
He turned 78 yesterday, um, which is crazy. I got to spend
Your
more
pops.
time with him.
Your pops probably out at the club getting this freak on. He's like, "Oh, it's my birthday."
He's a casino person. Nah, he ain't doing that because he's married. So you know he got his
Oh,
lady with him.
hey, he still can get his freak on with his lady. Me and Vicky done
Nah,
been to the club many
they
times.
don't they're at that age where they're like nah. Far as not going out doing that. Once upon a time they did, but I think they slowed it down now because of health. So you know they don't really go out like that. When they do, it's probably for a short period of time. They used to go to Biloxi, Mississippi for the casino because where they at, it wasn't no casino in Mobile, so they would go to Biloxi. But I don't know. I gotta
Yeah,
call him today because I'm like, damn, he ain't answer the phone. I want to make sure he good though, man.
yeah.
But
I
I'm
think
sure he is.
what slowed us down from going out, 'cause me and Vicky, we used to go out all the time. When I say all the time, I mean like every weekend we was doing something. Either we was going to a lounge, we was going to a bar, we was going out to eat, we was going to the movies. We was doing something every weekend, but um, things slowed down because of the whole COVID. Vicky got real nervous about catching COVID. And so a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
our
yeah, yeah,
stuff slowed down. She was like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. Heck
yeah.
no, I can't trust these people."
Okay, me and
So
oh, me and your. You said me and oh yeah, we got the same birthday. Yeah, 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 yeah. Same birthday. Yeah, January 9th, right around the corner. Um, People ask me what I want to do, and I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to live to see it, because I'm at an age now where I really don't give a shit about gifts like that. Like it really don't matter. Like I picked up this gift not yesterday, but Saturday when I went to my Christmas party, and you know what I mean. I'm good with this. That's why when y'all was talking, I was looking in my bag. I said I went and got my gift, but never looked in and saw what was in the bag, man. So they definitely hooked us fathers up with some stuff. It was kind of almost like Father's Day gifts, to be honest with you. Shaving cream, razors, you know, all that. So it's pretty dope that they did. But yeah, shouts to my pop. Shouts to everybody out there this month that got a birthday. Everybody who has a birthday coming up. Shout outs
yeah,
to
I just
y'all.
we was out last Thursday at my oldest daughter house because it was her birthday. She turned 27. Sade's older, I mean, Vicky's oldest daughter. Her
Okay.
oldest daughter turned 27.
Happy belated birthday to her.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the whole family was at the house. Me, Vicky, the grandkids, which is her nieces and nephew, her brother. Her other brother couldn't make it because his car is messed up, so he stayed in PA, so he couldn't make it. But we was there. Her father came through. He was there with his girlfriend. So I mean, we was there chilling, eating, watching the kids play around.
Yeah,
I see
I'm not doing,
the
you know what?
grandbaby on the way.
As surprising as it sounds, um, I probably won't be doing too much for mine. Maybe something light, and somebody's like, "Yo, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that." I'm like, I mean, I'm not tripping about it, but I'm probably not gonna go hard. I'm not gonna go hard with it. Um, I'm chilling, just to know that
Yeah.
I'm alive to see it. Um, that's all right for me.
Yeah, I said I wanted to go. I wanted to go on a cruise for my 50th birthday, but because me and Vicky are planning on moving, we actually went to go look at the place yesterday
Yeah, D, she
because
always does.
yeah, because Diamond and the grandkids they getting their own spot. So me and Vicky went to go look at a place that's that would be good for us, so we don't have to pay as much for bills. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to stack my money up because I plan on getting this new truck, and we probably going to end up getting some new furniture because every time we move, we always end up getting new furniture when we move. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead get this new truck and get ready for the move, and then buy some furniture or whatever. I still go out on the cruise. I just won't do it for my birthday.
Yeah, I had different things I wanted to do for my 43rd, but I don't trip. And like D said, Tiffany always makes it special. She makes it special now, and it's not even time for my birthday. So she always goes out her way to do something special. And sometimes I have to tell her, "You might be doing a little too much. I'm good." 'Cause I don't be wanting much. And the things that I know I do want, I know I have to. I got to go get it myself.
Just
But
don't do like you did. Just don't do like you did at her birthday. And
no, but
have her
I'm not
on.
going out. I'm not going out for mine. See, we went out for hers. I'm not gonna go out to do any. You know what, Free? I'm gonna be honest with you, because being that my joint is on a Friday, I can go out and do whatever I want. But then I'm like, nah. I tell you what, I do want to do that day. That day is the Matias weigh-in at the Barclays Center. I might be marching my ass to the Barclays Center just because it's my B day, just for that weigh-in, just for that. Not even about me
Hey,
being hyped about the fight.
let them know. Let
Just
them know. Let
for
them know
that.
it's your. Let them know it's your birthday. They might let you get up on the stage and hold the belt while they weigh in.
Man, get the fuck out of here, Free. Are you kidding me? They gonna throw my ass. They gonna throw my ass right up off that stage.
Hey,
Man, they
but
gonna
hey,
throw my
man,
ass right
it's
up
my
off that
birthday,
stage.
man. It's my birthday. I already got media pass. Can I just hold the belt while y'all weigh in? That's all I want to do for my birthday. Just
Man,
hold the belt while y'all
man,
weigh in.
listen. They gonna throw my dumb ass right up off that. They gonna throw my dumb ass right up. We don't care. It's my mama birthday too, but you don't see her holding the belt. Get your dumb ass off stage.
Hey, I'm like, well, your mama ain't here.
Oh, you know what? See, now you gonna mess it up. You gonna mess it up for me where they just gonna be like, you'll never get you'll never get credentials again up in here, player.
You be like, hold on, Matthias. It ain't number three people in the crowd anyway. Just let me hold the goddamn belt. Your name ain't that damn big. It ain't number three people out there. Let me hold the goddamn belt.
Wait a minute, come on. He said, it ain't number three people in the crowd.
No, I be hating that when they have they be having like these special events, and they be having people sit
Oh
in
shit!
their assigned seat, and then you realize it ain't nobody here. I'm like, no, I can't just sit right there. There ain't nobody here.
Wait a
Why I
minute.
can't just sit right there?
It ain't nothing but three people at this press conference.
Right.
You know why I'm laughing? Cause the shit be true though. Oh my god. Yo, that shit
Yeah.
be true though. You get to these shows and it be like three, the most it be like maybe 10 people. And you like, y'all acting like that?
Right.
Like, come on, bro. I've been to events where it's been like that.
That's what I
And
said.
I'm like, bro,
So
come on,
you go to
man.
an event, and they be like, man, it's assigned seats, and then the event starts, and there's only five people in the crowd. You be like, man, all them open seats up front, I can't move up front. Nah,
Yo,
because they might show up.
so
Nigga,
I
if they
mentioned this
show
before.
up, I can just move.
I think I mentioned this before when we went to the Edgar Berlinga fight. Me and Tiff didn't have the original seats that was assigned. Um, because how that place is set up, they wanted us to go all the way up to the top. And I'm like, I'll be damned if I go all the way up to, well, I didn't care about it, but Tiff at the time, Tiff has a thing where when she go into these arenas, you're not sitting her all the way at the top. She's not doing all that. So I'm like, she gonna make it hard for me. Fuck, she gonna make it so hard. And I don't feel like hearing no attitudes. I don't feel like hearing that. When I'm in boxing, that's my comfort zone. I don't want to hear no complaining or none of that, because then I'll just be ready to go home and be like, yeah, well, next time you won't be there. Because when tickets is given out free, it's kind of hard to complain because you ain't paid for them. So it's like, if it's like that, go pay for them and you'll have a decent seat. So the seats that we had for the Edgar Berlinga fight wasn't the seats we was assigned to. So we sitting there the whole time, right, free.
Right.
And she like, when somebody come, they will move. So we praying the whole time, nobody comes. Nobody, right? So we get to the Matias fight. We like, all right, nothing happened. We get to Shakur Williams Cepeda. We like, damn, ain't nobody came and claimed these seats yet? Because the main event is next. So we
Mm-hmm.
thinking, because people wait to them, it's crazy, free. People pay their money for the event, but they'll come for the last goddamn fight. And I'm like, you missed all these damn fights, but you gonna walk your stupid ass in here for the main event. Okay, whatever. But now as the main event get ready to start, we just still saying, nobody walked in here yet. All right, we good. And we was able, and even though that fight didn't last long with Belanga, just to know that we was able to sit there through the whole fight, I was like, oh man. So all the seats around us was taken. So we was like, damn, it's only a matter of time before somebody gonna come and claim these two seats. I'm looking at her because now I'm looking at the people that sit next to us. And you know how every time somebody walk up and they look at their ticket, they look at the row and then they look at you and then they go, yeah, that's my seat.
Right.
And we watching everybody that's sitting in the seat that they don't belong in, and they have to move. And me and Tip is like, damn, that's about to be us. In a couple minutes, somebody about to pull up, and we're gonna have to go sit up at the goddamn top of the mountain. But we was able to make it through the whole event. But I told her, I think that's the first time that ever happened to me where we didn't have to get up and move. But yeah, it'd be crazy,
I
man.
remember. I remember when we was at the Earl Spence fight. It was a lot of people that was sitting beside me that didn't belong in the seats because I had the seat on the very end. I picked the aisle seat because when I want to go use the bathroom, I want to be able to get up and go use the bathroom and come back. So I'm sitting on the end, and it was like three seats empty beside me when we first got in there because the event had already started. I think when we got in there, I'm trying to remember who was fighting. I want to say it was I can't remember exactly who was fighting, but it was the event already go. It was a fight already going on when we got in there. So I'm sitting in my seat, and then all of a sudden these three dudes came and sat down beside me, and then they got up and left, and then it was these three girls that sat beside me. One of the girls kept trying to talk to me, and I was just ignoring her, and I was just paying attention to the daggone joint. And all of a sudden, this dude and two girls came, and they looked at me, and then they looked at their ticket again. And they were like, "Are they with you?" I'm like, "Nah, they ain't with me." You know, oh, so those are our seats. I'm like, handle your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. This my seat. I ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah,
what
long as
they
I'm
got
sitting
going
where I'm
on.
sitting, long as I'm sitting where I'm sitting, I ain't got nothing to do with none of that.
I'm like, nah, they not with me. This my seat. They're like, the dude was like, excuse me, ladies, these are seats. They were like, what? They were like, these are seats. They go, our ticket, these are seats. They were like, man, they said these was our seats. He was like, well, I'm showing you these are my seats. I'm sitting there paying. I'm like, y'all can do what y'all got to do. Just move out of the way so I can see the fight. I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
trying to watch the
yeah,
fight. I ain't got
I
nothing
hate
going
that.
on with
You know what?
y'all.
That's the only thing I hate about going to events because I don't care. Move out my way. Y'all want to argue? Y'all gonna fight? Move the fuck out the way because what y'all not about to do, and I hate that because it shouldn't take so long to get to a seat. Get to the seat and move the hell out the way. That pisses me
Well,
off. I hate that.
so they end up leaving and they came and sat down. They trying to fill our seats. I like, yeah, they was sitting here for a minute. And I said, it was some other guys here before them, and they left, and then they came and sat down. They like, damn, they really try to take our seats. I'm like,
Yeah, man.
well,
It'd
back
be
to the fight. I'm looking at G5 and Ricky and everything. They were like, you all right, D? I'm like, I'm straight. Ain't nothing going on with me. That's them. I'm
yeah. That's
straight.
them. I don't care what you do. Just move out of my way. That's all I ask. Because when I want to see the fight, I don't care if it's the prelims or whatever. I paid to see the fight. I paid to
That
see the fight.
nigga, Ricky had excellent seats. That man had, cause we, like I said, we was up on the right above the floor, but he had the rail seat, so he was sitting right at the rail. I was sitting like maybe three rows behind him. Quickly was, and G5 was sitting a row behind him, and me, Albie, and Ashley was all on the same row, but they was a couple of seats down from me. But that
Yeah.
nigga Ricky had excellent seats. He could see everything. He
I
could see
gotta,
the
I
people
gotta, I
walking
gotta, I
down
gotta,
there.
I gotta call Rick, man. I ain't spoke to Rick in a minute, man. I'm gonna hit him up one of these days, man. See how he doing. But yeah, man, them
Yeah, he still be
seats
doing his
was
lives.
nice.
I went to his live the other day. He did a live. He still be doing his truck chronicles, and he be doing lives on Friday nights and things like that. I
Oh,
went to
okay. Damn, I must be. See, it be so much going on YouTube. I be missing certain people when they go
yeah,
live.
a lot of time when he go live, I be on a panel, so I can go and chop it
Yeah,
in with him.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. We
I be
can't.
up on the panel, so a lot of
Nah,
times I miss his live, but I chop in every once in a while, let him know
I gotta go
I'm
back.
still
I gotta go
subscribed to
back.
you.
Yeah, I gotta go back over there. I'm just glad to see that he's still around. He's still doing what we do. You know, we all came a long way. So yeah, that's a good thing. But yeah, uh, once again, good morning, y'all. Welcome to the channel. For all y'all that coming in, we was talking about one of the greatest referees, Steve Smoger. This man refereed what was it, 200 title fights. So that's what we were talking about. He passed away the 20th of December of 2022. So we were just honoring him, and and we have found out something about him that I didn't know, and this is the reason why we have these conversations. Now, this easily could have been a Throwback Thursday conversation. This could easily been that. But why not today? I mean, because the last fight that we got for this year, I believe, is Inoue, if I'm not mistaken, Free.
Yeah, the
So,
last fight on Sunday. Sunday.
yeah,
I mean, not Sunday. No, it is Sunday. It is Sunday. Sunday.
yeah,
No, it's Saturday. Saturday. It's Saturday. The 27th is Saturday.
yeah.
The
Which
25th
I'm,
is
which I'm
Thursday.
glad. I'm glad that it's Saturday and not like a Tuesday and Wednesday, because ain't nobody trying to. I don't be trying to get up early anymore for that shit. Like that'd
Yeah,
be annoying.
it would have been Sunday if it was in Japan, but it's not in Japan. It's in Saudi, so it's a rehab season card. So we'll see Monster Inoue on a rehab season card. This is his first fight in Saudi Arabia. Um, that I Yeah, just the first fight in Saudi Arabia. This is his first fight on a rehab season card. Um, so his opponent, Picasso, I don't really know too much about him. I expect in a way to stop him fairly early, fairly easy. I don't really
Yeah,
know too much about him, but who knows? I mean, this could be one of the fights that in a way overlooking because he's looking at Nakatami, thinking he's going to go ahead and get that fight next, and he might overlook this dude and get caught with something. So who knows? A lot of times these fights when you have other fights lined up in advance and you taking these fights, you tend to overlook your opponent and get caught with something that you normally wouldn't because you be focused on your opponent. So,
yeah,
but I expect Monster anyway to win this fight fairly easy. But like I said, who knows?
yeah. Well, I'm gonna definitely tune into it Saturday. It's not like I'll be having anything else to do. So what I mean, I
Yeah,
have no issue with it. It comes on at a decent time. It's a decent day. Why not? Why not
yeah.
do it?
I'm gonna do what I normally do. My Saturdays, I'm gonna go out early in the morning, and then in the evenings, and I'll be in the house watching the fights.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Sit back, have a cup of hot cocoa. Oh, just sit and just enjoy it, man. This.
I know what I'm gonna do all day Christmas Day because I'm not leaving the house. We ain't no work for us because I'm an executive, so I don't work the field. So I mean, my officers gotta work, but I don't work. The office is closed. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
sitting in the house watching Christmas Story the entire
man.
day. I'm
Listen,
gonna
I'm
watch
not
it
taking.
about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I'm be doing my usual get up and I'm gonna do my. All right, RGM. I'm gonna get up and do my. I'm gonna get up and do my Christmas live like I always do every year. Get up early and do that. Make it short because I know people are with their families. Probably come back later on Christmas night, do another one, and
Oh,
then
you know
that'll
what?
be
I
it.
just thought about it. We got football games going on Christmas. I might do I might do an NFL live because this.
Oh,
Well, no, I'm not going to be able to do it because my wife got to work Christmas night. She got to go to work Thursday night, and she ain't
oh,
gonna miss out on that time and a half. So it's not even a question. She already took off Sunday for her birthday, so she's not missing that time and a half for Christmas. So she
hey,
get
listen,
off
I ain't,
Thursday morning, and yeah, she get off Thursday morning at 7 a.m. and then she goes back to work at 11 o'clock Thursday night. So she's gonna get every dollar. She's not missing that.
get that money, Mrs. Free. I ain't mad at her.
But yeah,
I ain't
so
mad at her.
I will be chilling, but I will be watching the games while I'm at her job though. I will be doing that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's only right.
I
I'll
gotta
be.
figure out what I'm gonna cook for Christmas. I just asked her. I'm like, what you want for Christmas dinner? She was like, I don't know. I said, I know I ain't doing no damn turkey, but I don't know what I'm gonna cook. I might do ham and maybe some meatloaf or something like that, or rotisserie chicken. I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet.
Well, do y'all will have people come over, right?
Um, the grandkids might come through. Um, a couple of the other kids might come through or whatever. My kids is at my mother's and my sister's house, so I'm gonna hit them up and let them know that I'm gonna be bringing them some money. Cause I don't buy my kids gifts anymore because they're too old. Like my two youngest daughters, they're 14 now. And they at the age now where they want money. They don't really care about gifts. If they ask for a gift, it's like an iPhone or something like that. So they at
Yeah.
that age where they want money now. So I just send them money.
Just give them money, let them go get what they want.
Right.
Makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. I ain't. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea for them. Uh, I think Tiffers gave me just about everything I probably wanted, and maybe stuff I'd never even asked for that I did appreciate that she gave me. So, the question is what do you want for Christmas? I don't want nothing. I don't like. I'm good. You didn't got me everything. Um, I just enjoy watching everybody else, receive gifts. I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? Christmas is always the time when I sit back and reflect and think about my sister because I think about the time where I lost her. So I always take that time to sit back and just think about her, have a moment of myself, and then respectfully. But it's gonna be a quiet Christmas for me, man. We didn't put up our tree yet. I'm gonna put up the tree today.
My tree's
Um,
been up since Thanksgiving.
yeah, I'm gonna put that up today. At first, we wasn't gonna do it. We was like, yo, we ain't gonna do it. Some people leave their damn tree up. It be people be killing me, yo. It be the end of January and people still got their tree up. I'm like, bro, when are you taking that shit down?
No, a lot of people leave that joint up until the New Year. Is a lot of people do that. They say, "Well, I'm not taking my tree down until the New Year." But no, I didn't see people that had Christmas lights up all year round. They were like, "Man, I'm not taking these. I'm not going back on this roof and taking these joints down. I'm just gonna leave them up there."
Yeah, I'll be like, yo, crazy, bro. I'll be like, yo, I'm like, nigga, it's end of January. I'm like, you gonna take that down? Yeah, when I'm ready. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I guess every day it'd be Christmas in your house.
Yeah, no, it's a few people that do that. It's a few people.
But
I'm not mad at them.
no, I noticed there's some people who never really had a real Christmas in their life. Sometimes if we don't understand that, it makes people seem like they weird and strange, but there's actually some people who's never really had a real Christmas in their life. Everybody didn't look everybody didn't wake up and have something under the tree. Parents couldn't afford it. So I understand for some people, I can't get mad at them about it. I try not to judge people because everybody didn't grow up the same. So,
Right.
I understand it, and I can't look somebody in the eye and call them weird. You're a weirdo. I can't call you a weirdo for that. I can't do it. Now, if I walk in your house and it's damn June and it's Father's Day, you got a damn tree up, I'm gonna call you a weirdo. But other than that, nah. Put our tree out this year on. Oh, you didn't put it out on purpose? Well, yeah. Christmas is not for everybody. The holidays are not for everybody. Sometimes people are not in the spirit. Sometimes people went through something that made them change their mind about how they feel about the holidays. Rather if you lost somebody around this time or before this time, so it made it hard for you, or your parents taught you that the holidays is not real. This is not a black man's holiday, it's a white man's holiday. There's so many things that people were taught coming up that they took it with them and they go on to teach either their kids or it's just crazy. It's people like that in real life. But I never
Yeah.
like to spoil you. I never like to spoil you how other people feel about the holidays. I have no beef with the holidays, and even if I do, I try to keep certain shit to myself because it ain't my job to walk around being nobody's Grinch. I'm
Hey,
not
I
doing.
treat the holidays. I treat the holidays like whatever it takes to make people uh, feel good and not want to mess up somebody else's day. So be it. Whether
Yeah,
if it's a Christmas or if it's Thanksgiving, whatever it is, if I ain't got to worry about somebody getting taken out because people celebrating the holidays, that's a good thing.
yeah, and indeed, there's nothing wrong with taking time out to say, hey man, not this Christmas, not this Thanksgiving, not this New Year's. I'm not feeling it. Um, and it's all right. It's okay. You might sit there and say, not this year, but hey, check back with me next year. People can't force you into a spirit, and it's not there for you. If it just so happened to be there, not there for you for whatever reason, hey, not this year, man. I just want to sit in my house and fucking watch reality TV shows. I want to watch movies. I want to sit back and drink some eggnog. I just want to whatever I want to do. I'm just not in the mood to be around 50 people. I don't want to be around people opening up presents. Whatever.
Hmm.
It is what it is. It's just that you don't want to take that attitude around other people who are in the spirit. Because I hate people that do that. You know, I don't like people who want to kill people's spirit. Like these kids out here, you can't kill it for them. And whatever they believe in is what they believe in. Whatever grown people believe in is what they believe in. But you don't want to kill the spirit, man. That's one thing I don't like to do. So I try to keep my comments to myself. You know, but I have no beef with the holidays. It's a great time for me. Um, I went to see the tree the other day downtown. Downtown, I haven't seen the tree in a minute, so I'm downtown, and I said, "Yo, let me go see the tree." Um, and it was just, it was good just going down there checking it, man. That's just always been my thing. She said, "That's why I'm body and get." Yeah, 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 D. I mean, it happens. Never let somebody tell you that you can't feel it. Never let somebody tell you you can't feel no kind of way about however you feel because, like I said, behind this YouTube shit, we all got real lives. We all got real shit that we going through. So I try to respect everybody's peace in their space. But I don't want no presents like this shit, man. I'm chilling, man. I got my wife. That's the greatest present. That's the greatest gift to have is my wife. That's the greatest gift right now. Birthday coming around. What you want for your birthday? I don't want nothing. I got everything I need. Whatever I don't have, if it's meant for me to have it, uh, God will bless me with it. But so far, I'm Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I don't have, believe me, I'll have it when it's time. But rest in peace to the late great Steve Smoger on a great career. You know, left us with a lot of memories. Refereed a lot of big fights. I mean, 200 title fights is crazy, bananas. We may not ever see that again. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what you talk about. Hey, Free, that's what you talk about when you talk. And I'm sure he probably has grandkids. I'm sure he has that. So when you talk about leaving a legacy behind, Jesus,
Right.
Jesus, that's the definition of leaving a legacy.
Yeah. I mean,
A
that's
kid,
what I
a
said.
kid.
Everybody talks about legacy this, legacy that. I keep telling you, the legacy is what do people talk about when you're done. When you hang them up, when you're finished, they're like if nobody talks about the Earl Spence and Bud Crawford fight, then that wasn't a legacy fight for Bud Crawford.
No,
It was not a legacy fight. It was just a fight that a lot of fans wanted to see, but it wasn't a legacy fight because nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, uh, that part. But that's the definition of leaving a legacy for you guys that don't know what that looks like. Which a lot of y'all don't know what it looks like, and it's okay. This is why you know, we educate each other. You know what I mean? Like we all three didn't know that hell the man had 200 title fights, and the first thing people go, "You involved in boxing? How you don't know that?" There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. You talk to a lot of fighters today. When you hear them in interviews, and you hear the interviewer bring something up to a fighter, and the fighter go, "Oh, I didn't know that. Oh shit, I've been boxing all my life, and I didn't know that." I guess you learn something. You learn something new every day, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like free people can't be right all the damn time.
Nope.
Can't be right. Oh, yo, you should have been knew that. How the fuck you gonna tell me what I should have been knew?
Did you know? Is the question. You talking about what I should have been doing? Did you know?
Like, how the fuck you
Nah, I
gonna
ain't
tell me
know.
what?
Nah, I ain't know, but I'm not a boxing guy. Well, how you gonna tell me what I'm supposed to know if you didn't even know it?
Yeah, but you in the boxing game, man. Shut up, shut up. And you get these dudes that's like that, and they'll come right up on your channel or want the link so bad just so they can ask you that or say some dumb shit like that. And it's like, bro, shut up, because you ain't even know. Shut up, shut up. That's why I'm glad some of y'all be keeping y'all asses right where y'all at. And y'all don't come over here, because boy, I'll be ready to flame you. I'll be ready to flame some of y'all so bad. You should have knew that. You should have knew that. Man, shut the fuck up. You didn't even know. Telling somebody what they should know. That's people for you, though. But congratulations to him. And, we'll never see anything like this again. I doubt it.
Nah,
I doubt it.
I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain you're never going to see somebody fight two. I mean, you ain't going to see somebody referee 200 title fight. I'm almost certain of that.
Yeah. No. And free. If it did happen, free, if it does ever happen again, free, Jesus Christ, we gonna be some old men in Pampers.
I don't know about that, but I might be old. I don't know about the pamper. I don't know about the pamper part. I don't know about the pamper part. You might be by yourself with the pampers.
No, man, but to be alive to see that free is dope though, right? Even though we didn't know it. But this is why the reason why doing your homework and looking up things is so important. And you don't have these guys out there really doing that, or they just looking up what they want to look up. This man should be talked about a lot. Mills Lane should be talked about a lot. These a lot of these referees that should be that we know, even down to Tony Weeks, Joe Cortez. You know what I mean? They're not being spoke about enough. There's a certain fighters that's not being spoke about enough. People's only going to speak about what brings them views. And I mean, that's okay if it works for them. That's why I guess that's why I am who I am. You know what I mean? I don't follow the path that everybody else follows, Cause some of y'all, boy, I was looking at I looked at about 3 channels yesterday, and it was on the Crawford situation. I said, y'all just gonna Crawford yourselves to death, aren't y'all? To death. Cause y'all know damn well, oh yeah, this is what everybody gonna want to run over here and see. I said,
Uh,
Jesus.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wasn't even on. I didn't even go on YouTube yesterday.
Oh
Not
shit.
one time did I go on YouTube yesterday.
It be like that, free. I've done it sometimes. I've sat in this house plenty of times and somebody be like, I didn't see you today. Like Vaya hit me. It'd be like, you good, Duck? That's because sometimes she might not see me. Sometimes you won't even see me. And if I am on YouTube, I might not be on somebody's channel. I might be on YouTube just watching boxing, watching a movie or something. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be days where you go, I don't feel like going on the channel with nobody. I may not feel like going on, period. It's not against the law. See, because people get so used to seeing you, they're gonna think that every day they're gonna see you. Not all the time. That's the case. Sometimes you just got your days where you like, I'm not in a bad mood. I'm in a great mood. I'm just not in the mood to be on fucking YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm not in a bad mood. I actually feel good today. I don't feel like it today. And it's all right.
Right.
We're not obligated to be on YouTube. You know, even with you being monetized, right? You still have a right to say, I need a break today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like people think, yo, you're monetized. You got to go live every day. Who told you that? Now I'm gonna stay consistent, but that doesn't mean you can't take a day or two or maybe 3 days to yourself because, like I said, we have personal lives. Now, when I'm making that, now the thing is free, and I'm sure you could agree to this because we talked about this before. When you start making anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000, or maybe 10 to 20,000 a month on YouTube, it's a different story.
That's giving you incentives to go live.
That's a different story. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not the same situation. You got
Yeah.
incentives to go live.
Shit, that's a different story now. When you start talking about that kind
But
of paper,
when, when you're not monetized, or if you are monetized, you ain't getting them but a couple dollars here and there. You're like, I don't feel like going on today. It's
no,
not giving you a boost. It's just like when you work your regular full time job. You might be like, I don't feel like going to work today. But then they call you and say, hey, we just gave you a bonus. You making
shit,
an extra $10,000 a month. I mean, an extra $10,000 a year. You like, shit, I'm going to work today. They
yeah,
gave me a bonus. Oh, yeah, I'm going to work today.
that part, that part, you gonna be out that door. You gonna be you gonna be out that door, man. So no, a lot of people don't understand that.
We just gave you a $5 raise. You're not making $20. You're making $25 now. Oh, I'm about to go see if I can turn that 25 into 37.50. For people who don't know
And
what 37.50, if people don't know who 37.50 is, that's time and a half.
yeah, yeah, money talks. But you see, even when I don't go live, even a simple recording of me walking around my city, I might record something. I don't think people understand that, Free, that you don't have to always go live to be live, if you get what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like,
I don't always go live to be live. I'm live every time I step out the door. Nigga be like, that nigga free live as hell. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm gonna keep things live.
yeah. Like, you stupid. Yeah, you stupid.
I'm gonna
Hey,
keep
boy,
things live.
I was for the move on. Then I just caught on to what you said. You stupid. Yeah, but even with me doing a simple recording of me walking around for 20 to 25 minutes, that counts for something. Now, people look at it like, well, you only got like 10 views for that. It's not about the views, you dummy. It's not about that. You gotta stay active, man. And that's for anybody that when you got that camera, you don't always have to go live. Record something. Record something. Well, we ain't see you go live. You don't have to see me go live. You saw me when I threw that video up on Instagram. Did you see that video that I put up on YouTube? That's live enough. I don't have to be where you can make a comment or you ask, yo, send a link. Like, people be thinking because they can't, talk to you or leave a comment. I'm like, you can leave a comment right in the comment section. What's the problem? Yeah, but it's better when you live. For what? Why is it better when I'm live? So you can make some stupid ass comments? Like, shut up. People be like that's why I be like, man, shit. Y'all move how y'all move. I'ma move how I move. Both because it's yeah, Vay. Just keep doing what you do, Vay. We know you busy. We know you busy, sis. No, we know we all got something that we got to do, and now we all got to get prepared for the new year. The new year is gonna be a lot. It's gonna be hectic, but we're gonna start it off great. We're gonna start it off real good. When I mean we're gonna start it off real good, we're gonna start it off real good. We got a lot of things to look forward to in the new year.
Mm.
I'm trying to wait for this joint to hit 10 o'clock, and then I can get up off here respectfully. Free is Monday. I know
Uh,
y'all. I know y'all on tonight.
yeah, I'm not really feeling it, but I'm gonna go ahead and show my face. I'm really not gonna probably not gonna speak that much. I'm gonna ask maybe one or two questions, but I'm not really gonna speak that much.
Damn, this is not free. Free don't feel like talking. This is not the D
Uh,
free. I know.
it's not that. It's the guest that we're having on.
Oh,
Last time we had him on, he didn't want to answer any questions, and it kind of made us look a little stupid. I'm like, you on here for an interview, but you don't want to answer any questions. So
wow.
I'm gonna see how things go. That's why I said I'm gonna try to hold my composure because I know how I can get, and being though that it's our I mean it's BBO channel, but BBO always say no, we're a team. It's our channel. It's in his name, so I don't want to be disrespectful. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go
No.
on and, and,
Yeah, I
and do what I
understand.
do. But
I
yeah,
understand.
we having the Schofields on.
Oh,
So
well,
I don't want to be
we're gonna have
disrespectful.
to see how this movie goes.
Yeah, like I said
Sheesh.
last time, we asking him questions. He like, oh, y'all got to do y'all research. What, the research is having you on here. What are you talking about?
What the fuck?
We asking you, the person that it supposedly had happened to. We asking you the question. Why are you talking about we got to go do our research? What is the point of us talking to you then? We might as well not talk to you.
That's dropping the T. What's up, sis? That's crazy. Yeah, because that's why we hollering at you.
There's no point of us talking to you. We got to go do research.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some of these dudes don't be knowing what to say, and some dudes don't even deserve to get the time that they get. So they should be glad that somebody even wants to talk to them.
I
That's
don't
just
know.
my,
I mean, last time he was supposed to come on, he didn't show up. So we'll see if he show up or not. Um,
but some people should be glad that somebody want to talk to them. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, let's keep it real. We're not judging, but let's be real. Like, you really, not just him, but just people in general. It's certain people where it's like, you ain't even that dude that we really need to holler at. So
I mean,
you should be glad that you even somebody wants to talk. You feel what I'm saying? And if I have questions, I don't need you to just keep like, yo, do your research, do your research. We're not assuming nothing. If we was assuming something, then you say do your research. We're asking. Aren't we as content creators? Isn't that part of our job, free to ask?
no, I guess he want us to speculate.
Because if we're assuming something, then now you go, see, that's the problem with you dudes, man. You dudes be want to have boxing conversations, but don't know shit about boxing. But the last time I checked, you didn't you didn't referee freaking 200 title fights. What is you talking about, dude?
Last time I spoke to you, you didn't want to ask no questions, so we just went with what we believe happened. You can't get mad at us. We had you
Because
on here to clear
if
everything
every
up, and you chose
if
not to
every
clear it up.
but my thing is if every response is gonna be do your research, then this interview is a waste of time.
Yep, and I'm not gonna waste my time because my time is going to be used to.
Your time is valuable. I don't care if you're sitting in your house or if you're going to make your deliveries. My time is valuable, and I'm not going to sit here and be with somebody who don't feel like talking, or just think that we supposed to have the answer to everything. So if it's going to be like that, then hey, I'm out. BBO, y'all can take it from here because I'm just not going to do that.
No, because BBO know how I get at time, so I give BBO that look like you got one more time, BBO, and it's gonna be on like popcorn because I'm about to start roasting.
Yeah,
You wanna
yeah,
waste my time? Okay, this I'm gonna use my time wisely. My time is gonna be spent roasting your ass.
yeah, man. It's like, man, ain't nobody got time for all that, bruh. We just trying to
No,
do our
look,
job. Our job is to ask questions, and that's all. We not here to step on nobody's. I know with me, I'm not here to step on nobody's toes. You know, people go ask the tough questions. I try to ask the respectful questions. That's what separates me from a lot of other people. I like to ask the respectful questions. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the tough questions can put you in tough situations, and then here it is, the whole fucking conversation or whatever we was talking about just flipped. But if you come on
oh,
with
I'm
this
about to.
attitude, if you come on with this attitude as if content creators, we supposed to know everything. When no, we don't. That's why we're asking. If
I'm
you
gonna hit
don't
him.
want
I'm
to
gonna hit him with.
answer it,
I'm gonna hit him
if
with
you
the
don't,
tough question.
if you don't want to answer it and you don't want to talk about it, then maybe you shouldn't accept. I mean, there's certain things you might not want to talk about, and it's okay. But if you don't want to answer nothing, and you expect somebody to know everything, then maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe you shouldn't do interviews. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
No, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him with the tough questions. If you don't want, okay, I'm about to start asking some questions.
No freak, no free. See you, no freak, no, not you, free.
Uh,
You,
yeah, I'm gonna ask some questions. I'm like, okay, because
oh
what I'm
Lord,
gonna do is I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let BBO and them do what they do. I'm gonna let them do what they do.
oh
I'm not
no.
gonna be disrespectful or nothing like that. I'm gonna let them do what they do. But as soon as I see things ain't going right, I'm like, I got a question. I got a question. I got a question. Why is it?
Oh Lord, here you go. Here
Why
you go,
is
free.
it? And everybody going, no, they were like, oh, come on, free. But no, 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 no. We try to give him the easy questions. He ain't want to answer this, so I'm gonna ask the hard questions. Maybe he want to answer those.
Yo, you know what? That's your problem now. You know what, free? Jesus Christ,
No,
my
no, no,
my
no.
loving God, my loving God. What do we do about this D free guy? My loving God. Well,
Absolutely nothing because I am who I am.
my
Either
loving
like it
God.
or let it.
What time can we?
I'm like 50 Cent in the game. Hate it or love it, the
The
underdog's on
underdog's
top.
on top. That's a fact. The underdog is on. What time could we be expecting that brother free tonight?
You can expect a quiet free unless things go left.
No, I'm not saying what can we expect. What time can we expect y'all on tonight for the people who want to come over and
Oh,
check it out?
we will be on at 8:30. If
Oh,
everything goes as planned, we will be on at 8:30.
okay. Okay. Well, everybody go over to BBO Sports. If you have not subscribed to him, please go subscribe to him. 8:30. Um, hey, listen, now that you done said this, I'll be definitely over there tonight. I won't be in the bushes, but I'll be over there listening. Like, okay, I hope Free keeps his composure. Jesus, don't let him lose it. Not over here, not now.
You should have saw Thomas last time. I mean, Thomas was like, hold up, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why didn't why didn't it happen this way? That's when he told her, yo, y'all gotta do y'all research. He's like, but we asking you. Why we gotta do research if you here? The research will be looking up stuff because we don't have access to the actual person. But now
That
that we
part.
have access to the actual person, why do we need to look up anything?
Yeah,
You're
that
right
part.
there.
Yeah, Tommy is funny. Tommy's there. Yeah, Thomas is definitely funny. That's my brother. Because on the low, he funny. If you don't pay attention to him, you wouldn't know it. Thomas is funny on the low though, for real. Because
Yeah,
if some shit don't
Thomas was
sound right, if some shit don't
Thomas
sound
would
right
say
for
some
him, he
stuff,
gonna put it out.
and yeah, Thomas would say some stuff, and you would think it came from somebody else, but it was actually Thomas.
It was yeah. He'll say some shit funny on the low, and he'd be like, "That shit don't make sense though. The fuck is this guy talking about?"
Just like
That's Thomas.
just like that time when we was at the cookout, just like when we was at the cookout and underrated said, "Hold up, y'all gotta make sure I'm in the light because I'm dark." And Tom was gonna say, "You're not the only one." And everybody looked at me. I was like, "I didn't say anything. I don't know what y'all looking at me for. I didn't say nothing."
All right, D Love. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe, man. Man, tonight we all, man. Subscribe to over here if you haven't, man. Appreciate everybody that's over here. That's with the super chats, the cash app, the merch is out. I already got about 3 orders for stuff, so I'll be y'all stuff is already in order, and it'll be shipped out soon. I'll let everybody know what's going on. Well, Free, see you tonight. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all take care the rest of today on this Monday. And remember to protect your peace, space, and your surroundings. Y'all know what it is. The No Doug Zone podcast. Let's go.
Peace.